Village of Hainesville regular board meeting will now come to order at 7:02 p.m. on Tuesday, November 8th, 2011. If everybody would please rise, and I will lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Present.
Trustees Dernoski.
Here.
Priest.
Here.
Duberstein. Here. Barrett is not present. Kirkland. Daly.
Here.
And Watkington.
Here.
Okay, and we are in quorum. I did receive an email from Trustee Barrett this morning that he would be running at least 30 minutes late due to sports and work commitments. So we'll go ahead and move along. If I could have a motion for approval of tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustees Dernoski.
Aye.
Priest.
Aye.
Duberstein. Aye. Daly.
Here.
And Watkington.
Here. Aye.
Just double checking.
We're listening.
At this time, we'll take public comments. Anybody that wants to approach the board, you should have filled out a slip and submitted to the clerk. Is there anybody that would like to address the board? You step to the mic, state your name and address for the record. Going, gone. Do I have a motion for approval of tonight's omnibus vote agenda?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Trustees Dernoski.
Aye.
Priest.
Aye.
Duberstein. Aye. Daly.
Still here and aye.
And Watkington.
Aye.
Motion carried.
We will move on to reports and communications from the mayor and other officers. We'll start with the village engineer, Greg Ruin.
Thanks, Mayor. As far as the motor fuel tax is concerned, we just finished the crack filling project last week. We're currently reconciling quantities with the contractor, and it looks like we're going to be just slightly under what the bid quantity was, so there won't be any surprises there. Looking forward to next year with the Public Works Committee, we're going to be looking at discussing a road resurfacing program with the MFT dollars. We're going to discuss that at Public Works Committee tomorrow night. As far as the Pineview Apartments water main is concerned, they've actually hooked up, looks like 2 out of the 3 buildings, so he's proceeding forward with the hooking up the Pineview Apartments. When he's complete with that project, it looks like it's going to be about another $5,000 a year annually that the village is going to receive in water rates. As far as the IEPA loan program for the Route 120 water main project, IEPA has asked us for a couple more items. I think we've given them everything that they need, and we're hoping to hear from them shortly. And then the Hainesville Road bike path, spoke with the county engineer, Mike Burke. The contractor had 30 working days to complete the project. There were some delays due to dry utility relocates, and also they lose some time during the rain days. They did not count against this 30-day time commitment. Mike Burke basically said that the contractor was a little bit behind. He's running out of working days left, and he expects to see some increased production out there. Traditionally, the asphalt plants close around November 30th, so there is some time still to get that bike path paved before the plants close, and Mike Burke was optimistic that that would happen.
Sorry. Is it normal that, because I just noticed that
Use your mic, Ben.
they were putting sod down already, is it normal that they put the sod down before they put the pavement in? So
I would say no.
No, and in fact, that's what I was just going to comment on. Raphael, who is the supervisor of the project, who was an employee of Lake County DOT, came in to talk to me about a couple issues. And coincidentally, it happened to be the day that I noticed the sod had been delivered. And I said, Raphael, before we address your questions, I have a question. The sod is laying where the asphalt would go on the pallets. So you're gonna have to lay the sod to get it off the pallets so the asphalt can go down. That seems out of order to me. His answer was, that is correct, but because of the time crunch and the fees that the contractor would have to pay, $750 a day for every day they're behind.
Correct.
They decided to have the sod, lay it, and leave an extra foot on either side, okay, where they didn't put sod, for the asphalt equipment to come in. And then they're gonna go back and patch that 1 foot area on either side with the sod. It's not ideal. I get why they're doing it. My only concern is we really see how that ends up taking and make sure they correct it, because we're not correcting it.
I would agree with that.
So,
I would guess that sod's not gonna take anything.
I don't, well,
Already had a freeze.
Well, it's not, that's not.
the sod will take it, that's, I don't think the 1 foot strips that end up getting put in, I don't think are gonna take, is
It's just
my point.
the grade, you have to watch the grading properly, because, you know, you don't want to put that path below the side on either side, basically is what it was. When you put the path in, then you're able to grade it, and break out the low spots. Contractor's up against the wall here, and county's responsible for keeping a good eye on it.
Well, the other thing too is they're dumping the water right at the corner of Hainesville Road. The water can stand there.
There was standing water there the other, yesterday.
And it had hardly rained.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it looked like tonight.
The
But the water's got to go right up to the back.
Northeast corner.
Well, there's something for you to look at on your way out tonight, Greg.
Good.
Is there a way for us to hold, like, maybe say, like,
Well,
$5 grand from final payment until we see the sod next year, see how it comes in, and, you know what I'm saying?
Well, my point is, I plan on going to Lake County DOT immediately and talking to them. I mean, you know, it's a contractor that was awarded by Lake County DOT, so I'm sure Lake County DOT, I just want them to be in agreement with me that we both hold the contractor to it. And if Lake County DOT doesn't feel the contractor is responsible, then we're gonna hold Lake County DOT responsible. So I just recommend, I talked to Raphael, the supervisor, just the other day. I have not gone back and talked to Paul Latrell, the head engineer at Lake County DOT. So I'll talk to her first before we start making those kinds of statements.
Okay.
Okay.
Are they going to put a barrier on the traffic side, any portion of that bike path?
I thought they did have a guardrail that they were putting up.
They're putting, they some posts on the east side.
That's the
This
fence, so that you don't
That's okay.
fall.
Don't you think
It's
they
like
have
a
to put a
split
guard
rail.
there?
I thought there
Like
was.
what was up coming?
I will confirm with you, but I do remember there being a guardrail
Okay.
putting up between the curb and the bike path.
All right, thank you.
Recall that.
But it's not.
There was one there that they took out.
I wouldn't think so. They didn't put one at the other end.
Which,
But this is a lot closer to the road.
I'll look at the plans, I thought that was part of the plan set, but I'll confirm that.
Any other questions for Greg on that issue, or any other? All right, we'll move on to our village attorney, Jim Rock.
Thank you. As Greg mentioned, we also have been working on some documents for the IEPA loan, in particular a couple of legal opinions that they requested. One, that the village had followed all the proper statutory procedures related to the loan itself, and one related to publication for the bid documents. They have some very specific requirements there. Also, we drafted correspondence response to Russo for the Russo Power Equipment for the proposal that they had submitted to the village regarding sales tax agreement, and drafted a first draft of the alternative energy ordinance, the wind ordinance essentially. One thing I just want to bring to the board's attention is that that ordinance will amend the village's zoning code, and as a result, we're going to need to hold a public hearing prior to formal adoption of it. So we might want to just keep that in mind as we're looking toward the December meeting, and we're likely going to need a zoning hearing on that ordinance before we adopt it.
And we can do that.
on the same night.
And actually, are we going to have a public hearing that night because of the tax levy?
December meeting?
Yeah.
Yes. Or no, we don't, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, I don't think we need to. We could have, but I don't believe because of our request that we need.
Because the board is not increasing the property tax levy at a level that would require a truth and taxation hearing, there's
don't
no
have to.
requirement that you hold one.
Okay, so then we could then have the zoning hearing right before they meet.
Sure.
Any conflict, I mean. Okay. Thank you. Public Works Superintendent Jeff Gately.
Thank you. Public Works is feverishly preparing for the upcoming winter season. I've been in good contact with Dave Schultz. He's feeling much better. Trucks are just about ready to go. We've got salt in the salt bin. Deliveries are scheduled to come in. Things are good. We're going to have all of the hydrants, the sticks that go on, the markers.
Flags.
Hydrant flags, thank you. On every hydrant installed, hopefully by the middle of this month. I'm going to have a little bit of extra help coming in the next couple of weeks, so we'll get all those things in, so we can hopefully avoid a couple of mishaps that happened last year. Also, I just wanted to report, I'm in the process of installing our recently purchased boom sprayer for the dump truck. It's a 200-gallon sprayer that sits in the back of the dump truck as a boom, so we can pre-treat the streets this year. This is something that we're going to try. A lot of municipalities are going to this. We really need to start reducing the amount of salt that we're using, and it's getting to the point where Illinois is starting to step in, and they're going to be starting to regulate this, if not very soon, very, very soon, because it's doing a lot of damage to a lot of the waterways, tributaries, and lakes.
It's just a beach juice.
Now, this is an experimental, though, what we're doing this year.
What we're doing this year, yes. With the network of public work agencies around the Chicagoland area, everybody has tried different concoctions of stuff. Some stuff works, some stuff not so much. It depends on temperature in the air, pavement temperature. There's a lot of different variables. I'm going next week to meet with the Public Works Street Superintendent in Lincolnshire. They're using a product called GeoMelt, which is like a salt brine with a beet juice mixture that you can purchase pre-made. They have had very good success with it, and they've actually offered, they're so proud of it that they've offered municipalities to come down and they give us a free tank full to take it and try it.
And
So-
tell them about the statistic about traffic accidents.
I want to say that the village of Lincolnshire, that we're talking Milwaukee Avenue, Route 22, heavily populated areas, their traffic accidents during a light snow were down about 30 to 35% once they started pre-treating, which is a pretty good figure. A lot of the problems that we have is when you have the light snow and it starts to freeze before you can get a salt truck out, especially in the evening. Salt really needs to have heat or sun to activate. That's when most of the accidents occur. It's not when you have the big 4 to 5 inch snowfall, it's the little ones, the half inch, the dusting, you get the ice underneath. What this beet juice GeoMelt product is doing is it's letting keeping the ice from bonding to the pavement. And it also activates at a cooler temperature. So if we just have a dusting of snow, areas that are pre-treated, once the snow hits it, it automatically activates it. And we may not even have to go out at all in a situation like that. So it is a newer technology. It's going to be trial and error. I'm letting everybody know it may work great, it may not.
And that's why we haven't fully committed to this. They're just going to experiment with it this
We're going to
way.
experiment. We're probably just going to start with maybe the intersections this year, maybe some of the main roads, kind of see what happens and just kind of retool it and move forward from there.
Jeff,
Yes.
what about, I mean, I don't know, I'm not clear how it gets applied, but do I have to worry about the plants and the medians?
No. No,
It's friendlier to them than the salt.
I mean, but